Hey guys, what is up? It's Hamza Bayoumi here, and today welcome back to another Hamza Bayoumi video. And today we're going to be doing a test flight of the small plane in GTA 5 Director Mode. So, as you can see, this is what it looks like in full detail. And there's another small plane right there. And there's a helicopter taking off. So, let's go into full inspection. So, here we have the nose wheel. And then we have the front of the plane. And then we have the wingtips and the main landing gear. And then we have the engines. And then we have the registration that says Lima Sierra Mike Foxtrot 1281. And then we have the Fly US tail. And then we have the back of the plane. And then we have the main landing gear as well. So let's go ahead and start up the engines and let's get ready for a test flight. Here we go. Helicopter is flying by. Helicopter's gone now. Let's go ahead and get started with our captain announcement. Here we go. Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking. Weather is nice today, yes. Welcome aboard Fly US Flight 1527 with service to Sandy Shores. At this time, you'll be advised to fasten your seatbelts and watch the safety video at this time. Thank you and have a safe, pleasant flight. Captain out. Alright. We are taxiing to runway 3. Alright. The takeoff and landing on runways will be R3 and 21. Alright. We are taxiing to runway 3. Just to let you know, this plane is in the Fly US livery. Oh look, there's another Fly US plane landing. And it's a fake Boeing 747 that I did in my previous video. But this time we are doing it with a small plane. Over there is another plane taking off. Alright, we're going on runway 3 right now. Here we go. Alright. We're on runway 3. Alright. Alright, let's have a few moments before takeoff. Look at that view of Los Santos. It's so cool. Alright, we are now ready for our takeoff. Here we go. Takeoff thrust is set. 80 knots. V1. Rotating. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Alright, gear is up. We are climbing at 500 feet. Over there is the city. Right there. Alright. And there's the Maze Bank of Los Santos. And then over there is the building that they are building right now. Alright. So the time of the game is 12 o'clock right now. Alright. We will cruise at 10,000 feet. Look at that view of Los Santos. Oh, and there's another plane over there. Alright. Alright. We have reached our altitude of 10,000 feet. Let me make my captain announcement right now. Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking. At this time, we have cruised our altitude of 10,000 feet. You may unfasten your seatbelts and cruise around. Flight attendants will now serve food and drinks at this time. Thank you. Captain out. Alright. Passengers are enjoying their time. Even I'm enjoying my time. Look at the view of Mount Chiliad. That's so cool. And then over to my left is Fort Zancudo. If you enter Fort Zancudo, it will give you a 4-star wanted level like I said. Alright, let me make my right turn. Alright. Over to my right is Mount Chiliad. Mount Chiliad is one of my favorites to visit in GTA 5 and do some moon gravity as well. Alright. Over there is the Crop Duster Airport. That is not in our video right now. We'll do a separate part of that in our next video. Here we go. Alright, we will be landing at Sandy Shores, but first I'm gonna do my captain announcement. Here we go. Hello passengers, this is your captain speaking. At this time, we will land at Sandy Shores. At this time, you'll be advised to fasten your seatbelts and we will land shortly. Thank you, and we will land shortly at Sandy Shores. Captain out. Alright. Make our left turn. Gear coming down. Alright, gear is down. Video is 5 minutes and 58 seconds long. Just to let you know that this video is a round trip. So we are 2,500 feet above ground. We're gonna circle to the airport. Sandy Shores Airport is to my right. And over there is Los Santos. And then here's the oil for trains. Alright. Alright, make a right turn. Over there is another plane right there. 1,000 feet above ground. $500 feet above ground. 400 feet above ground. There's the fake Home Depot. 300 feet above ground. 200 feet above ground. 100 feet above ground. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Flared it. We have officially arrived at Sandy Shores. But first, I'm going to do my captain announcement. Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking. At this time, we have arrived at Sandy Shores. At this time, you'll be advised to keep your seatbelts fastened until we arrive at the terminal. At this time, we have arrived at Sandy Shores. You'll be advised to keep your seatbelts fastened until we arrive at the terminal. Thanks for flying FlyUS Flight 1527, and we appreciate your flying business. See you next time on FlyUS Flight 1526 to Los Santos International Airport. Thank you. Captain out. Alright, we are taxiing to the gate. Alright, we are taxiing to the gate. Alright, let's go to our left. And then to my right. Here we go. Alright, we have officially arrived at the gate. We're going to shut down our engines. Alright, so that is going to be it for the trip to Sandy Shores International Airport. Alright, we will see you on the trip to Los Santos International Airport in 3 hours. Stay tuned. Alright, it has been 3 hours. The time is now 3 o'clock and we are ready to head back to Los Santos International Airport. So let's take a look at the inspection one more time. So here's the front of the plane and here's the cockpit windows. And then we have the door that's already open. And then we have the nose wheel right here. And then we have the engines. And then we have the wings and the wingtips. And then over here we have the side of the engine and the registration. Lima Sierra Mike Foxtrot 1281. And here's the back of the engines. And here is the side of the engine. And it also has the registration as well. And over here we have the FlyUS tail. Alright, so let's get ready for a flight back to Los Santos. Here we go. Alright, we're going to start up our engines right now. Alright, here we go. We are pushing back right now. Hello, ladies and gents. This is your captain speaking. Weather is nice today, yes? Welcome aboard Fly US Flight 1526, service to Los Santos International Airport. At this time, you'll be advised to fasten your seatbelts and watch the safety video at this time. Thank you and have a safe, pleasant flight. Captain out. We are taxiing to runway right now. Alright, we are ready for takeoff. Takeoff is set. Look at that view of Los Santos. 80 knots. Here we go. V1 and rotating. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Alright, gear is up. We're climbing 400 feet. We're climbing 500 feet. 600. 700. 800 feet. And there's a fake primary flight display over there. Alright. Over there is Fort Zancudo. Once again, if you enter Fort Zancudo, it will give you a 4-star wanted level. Time is 3:27 right now. We will cruise at 10,000 feet. And the flight attendants will serve them food once we reach 10,000 feet. Alright. We're passing Fort Zancudo. Alright. Alright. What a view of Los Santos. There is the flyby. Hello, passengers. This is your captain speaking. At this time, we have cruised at an altitude of 10,000 feet. You may unfasten your seatbelts and cruise around. Flight attendants will now serve food and drinks at this time. Thank you. Captain out. Alright. Everyone's having their time. And I'm having their time and I'm having the time flying this plane. Alright, it says Fly US on it. I also love the flyby. Alright, to my right. Alright, make a right-hand turn. And then make a loop. Alright, video is 3 minutes and 40 seconds long. We're cruising at our altitude right now. Alright, everything's going good. There's the Lago Zancudo Highway. Alright. What a great time on this plane. Time is 4:21. Alright. We're going to land on runway 21, but we'll make my captain announcement first. So here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. At this time, we will land on runway 21. At this time, you will be advised to fasten your seatbelts. Thank you, and we will land shortly on runway 21. Thank you. Captain out. Alright. Gear coming down. Gear coming down. Alright. We're 2,500 feet above ground. I love that flyby as well. Alright. Make a right. 1,000 feet above ground. 452. Alright. 1,000 feet above ground. Alright. 500 feet. 500 feet above ground. 400 feet above ground. 300 feet above ground. 200 feet above ground. 100 feet above ground. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. We have flared it on runway 21. We have officially arrived back in Los Santos. Alright, let me do my captain announcement once again. Hello passengers, this is your captain speaking. At this time, we have arrived at runway 21, where local time is 5:30. At this time, you'll be advised to keep your seatbelts fastened until we arrive at the gate. Once again, thank you for flying Fly US Flight 1526, and we appreciate your flying business. Have a safe day, and Fly US welcomes you on board soon. Thank you. Captain out. We are taxiing to the gate. Thank God it's in no damage. Alright. Alright. 5:49. Helicopter's landing. Hey, move out of the way. Sorry. Alright, we're taxiing to the gate. Alright. There's a plane landing. This time it's Air Hurler. Alright. It's flared. It has flared the ground. Alright. We're going to park it in a normal spot. There we go. Engine shutting down. Alright, so that is going to be it for the test flight of the small plane in GTA 5 Director Mode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace out, guys.